incoming. I repeat, peak incoming. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit of a fan of this show. Just a little. Anyway, today we are ranking Breaking Bad characters, most of the main characters at least. So without further ado, I say we get into it.
Yeah, bitch!
We got Jesse up first, and this one's pretty easy, I'd say. GOAT tier. One of the best characters in the show easily. His growth from being some dumb little punk who sells, we'll just say crystal blue so that I don't get in trouble, but then he ends up being one of the smartest people out of all of them. Man, what Walt put him through was so terrible, but he still did it because of the manipulation from Walt, and of course he ends up with the worst consequences. I could go on for days about how well written of a character Jesse is, but I think you get the point. Ted is next up, and oh my, is this dude a dumbass. It's almost impressive how genuinely stupid he can be. If this gives you any idea, bro, ruined his life by tripping on a rug? Yeah, annoying but tolerable for him. Next is Hanky Boy, and this is obviously GOAT. I mean, he's such a damn good character. This is my second favorite character in the show. He's just behind one other person that we'll get to later. Hank is funny, brave, and overall just a good dude that does his job and does it damn well. He was always there for Walt and his family just to realize they were lying to him the whole time. Makes you feel terrible for him. Anyway, he's clearly a GOAT and went out like a boss. Now we got Gomez, and he was kind of like Hank's sidekick, and man, he gets solid. Never really did anything wrong, just got in and got out. Gotta respect that. Can't really give him anything else though, just because he wasn't too relevant to the story, but yeah, great character. Oh great, now we got this insufferable crybaby. Badger is going in annoying but tolerable tier, because as much as I can't stand him most of the time, he could be worse. It just feels like he's constantly trying to whine about something. Now we got Chicken Man Gus, and oh, this one's easy. GOAT tier. This dude is actually a genius. I mean, talk about one step ahead, this dude's like 1 mile ahead. Probably one of the most well-written villains of all time. The way this guy can go from the most nice professional person you've ever met to slicing your throat with a box cutter. The unpredictability is insane. Probably one of the greatest villains of all time in my opinion, because it depends on how you look at him. I see him as a businessman trying to get his job done, hurting as little people as possible, whereas some people see him as straight up evil. Anyway, Skinny Pete is up next, and man, he gets great tier. He's definitely better than Badger, because it shows that he actually cares about Jesse way more. Badger is more of the guy that just depends on Jesse. Great character, and I kind of wish we got to see more of him. Now we got probably the most controversial of them all, Skyler White. Honestly, I think she's great. Can you really blame someone for crashing out when they have an unplanned baby, a disabled child, a husband with cancer that she comes to find out has been cooking crystal blue behind her back the whole time, and then she has to keep it a secret the entire time while her brother-in-law is a DEA agent? I'd say you have every reason to crash out. Only thing holding me back from putting her in GOAT is just that she definitely still has her annoying moments at times, but overall, she's such a great character. Now we got Walt Jr., and he gets great as well. He's a damn good kid. For example, he finds out his dad has cancer, and with that information, he starts a funding for him and actually raises a lot of money. Not to mention, he's got that swag. Great character. Next up is Hector, and just off of that stupid fucking bell alone, I wanted to put him in annoying but tolerable, but I can't do that. This dude is so important to the story. It's crazy. I'm putting him in great. You could argue even putting him in solid, but due to what he did for Walt, I think great is a good tier for him. Now we got Jane, and oh, she gets me so heated. I'm putting her in annoying but tolerable, but man, did it take a lot out of me not to put her in awful. I can't stand her because of obviously what she got Jesse into, but the reason I'm not putting her in awful is due to the fact that before all of that, she had her act together and was actually a good person. Oh, here we go. Now we got our first awful of the day, Lydia. This is such an easy choice for me. I mean, talk about in over your head. She had no clue what she was doing. The amount of times she's been spared or bailed out is unfathomable. Just such an unlikable piece of filth. But why she kinda, never mind, someone stop me. Next up is Marie, and actually we're gonna put her in last, cause man, do I have some things to say about her. Next up is my number one, my GOAT, my glorious king, Saul Goodman. This is easily the best character in the show, And thinking about how they were originally going to make him have a small role is depressing. Dude is such a good character that they decided to make a whole-ass show after him. Nobody beats Saul in my opinion. After the GOAT, we have another GOAT, Mike. Yeah, you could argue that he could be a little lower, but man, he becomes so damn important later on that it gives me no other choice than to put him here. This dude is on the brink of dinosaur age, and he's still taking people out with ease. I'll never forgive Walt for what he did. Now we got this crazy motherfucker Tuco. Honestly, when you really think about it, he's just some junkie that wants money. So I'll put him in solid. He definitely has a huge impact on some things that happened, but overall just solid for me. Second to last, we got the main man Walt. Clearly he gets GOAT. Yes, he does unspeakable things, but without him, we wouldn't have the show. In terms of characters, this obviously is a very well-written character. I don't think I have to say much about this, so we'll leave him at GOAT. And now we have last and most definitely least. I'm going to be frank with you. I can't stand this bitch. Constantly just putting her nose in situations that don't include her whatsoever, crying and making a big deal out of nothing most of the time, and just all around annoying as shit. I don't blame Skyler at all for the shut-up scene. God, there is so much to rant about this purple-wearing weirdo that I can't even fit it all into one video. Just a buffoon of a person, and I feel so sorry for Hank that he had to put up with her. Well, he did choose to marry her, so I guess he put himself into that pickle. Anyway, that's all for today. If you make sure you like and subscribe, if you enjoyed the vid, and as always, make sure you're not like her.